Okay, cool. So we're on. Welcome to the first Tuesday night show of UltraChenTV.
How's it going, everybody?
So my name is Ultra David, and with me is Mr. James Chen. How's it going tonight?
Going pretty good, going pretty good.
All right, cool. So this show is going to be a little bit different than the last two that we had on Monday night, last night. Those were individual shows. We each had our own thing. Obviously tonight, we're going to be together.
Yep, that's right. We're going to be doing lots of different things on the Tuesday show, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, we originally, I think, talked about just doing match analysis and stuff, but there's actually a lot of different things that we would like to do for this. So.
Right, definitely. And, you know, like you said, we're going to be doing some match analysis. We're actually going to be doing some of that tonight.
That's right.
But in addition to that, we'll have things like, you know, the occasional live commentary on Xbox if we see somebody there, or maybe in person as well if people come.
Right, exactly. And, you know, I've also had a lot of people requesting to, you know, if they've uploaded YouTube footage,
Yeah.
they actually want us to watch a lot of their YouTube footage and kind of critique them and, you know, talk about their gameplay and such. So, yeah, that should be a lot of fun as well. So.
Yeah, I actually had a chance to check a couple of those out yesterday. We're not going to be doing that tonight, but that's definitely something to look at in the future for sure. And if you are interested in having us look at your matches, you can you know, send us messages on Twitter. It's twitter.com/UltraChenTV. Just send a message over there, and we'll check it out.
Yeah, I'll probably put like hashtag match analysis or something like that.
I like it.
There. So just add the hashtag there. It makes it easier for us to search things. We want to do as little work as possible.
Definitely. For sure. For sure. If we can minimize all work, that'd be awesome.
Exactly.
So in addition to that kind of stuff, you know, the analysis and commentary, we'd also like to do some other things that don't really happen too often in the fighting game community.
Right. Like one of the main things that I feel like is kind of a hole in the entire fighting game community is there's not a lot of history, you know, written down and stuff like that, you know, and so. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. People are saying you're okay. All right. So get in the mic.
There's not as much history out there as we need to have. And, you know, there's a lot of things. Like, I think during one of the practice streams that we were actually doing, that we had Flo and Justin show up, and we started talking about, like, Soul Calibur 2, you know, back when Flo used to play that, when he got second place at EVO or third place.
Yeah, he got third place at EVO, yeah, in the original Floke.
Right, in the original Floke. In the original, he lost to Dan the Nightmare.
Right.
So that's why I called it the original Dan's game.
Yeah, I know.
Right? So, yeah, you know, just a lot of really cool things like that. Just talking about, you know, past ECC tournaments, past Midwest Championships tournaments. Like, it's always fun talking about the time that, you know, like Alex and Choi became friends.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool story.
Chagrin and stuff like that. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, there are lots of stories that don't really get told nowadays. And a lot of people don't know the stories either because the scene is so much bigger nowadays than it used to be.
Right.
People have come in the last few years and are parts of the scene now, but, you know, never got to experience how it used to be and don't necessarily know some of the coolest stuff that happened back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, it's everyone always feels like, okay, Street Fighter 4 came out, everything's all big and exploded now. But honestly, there's just been so much stuff that's happened, you know, that's kind of built us up to this point, you know, that it's really cool when you see a lot of these different kinds of competitive games. When people talk about it, there's always this history, like there's these players and, oh, there was this one time someone won it back-to-back and, you know, and stuff like that. So, I mean, like the first two EVOs, I think Jason Cole won Super Turbo back-to-back, right? You know, things like that. Like, I just don't feel like are out there, you know?
Yeah, I totally agree. So that's definitely something that we'll get involved with is talking about stories like that.
Yeah.
I know we also want to have, you know, the occasional interview, something like that. Somebody comes here, or maybe we talk with them on Skype. You know, we'll be doing a whole bunch of different things with this, and maybe something that we haven't really thought of yet in addition to that. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if anybody else has ideas, like I think it's Rava Halleck. I think that was his nickname. I apologize if I've butchered your nickname, but he was the one who actually came up with the idea of having people come on the lobbies, and then we'll actually have them play live here on the stream, and we do commentary, and then maybe even just like get him on Skype afterwards and talk to him and be
right.
like, why did you do this?
Exactly, yeah.
What were you thinking when you did that? So, you know.
Yeah, and that's something cool because as commentators, we don't normally get to do that, right? We're analyzing things from the perspective of somebody watching, and what we think happened isn't always right. I mean, it's definitely happened a few times where we'll go up to somebody later and be like, "That was so sick! What a good job! That was so smart!" And they'll be like, "Oh yeah, that was a complete accident. It was
I don't know
a
what you're
mistake
talking
in
about.
execution."
We know exactly what they're thinking 100% of the time. We are psychic. That's just the way it works. Yeah. But, you know, it would be really cool to get a lot of thoughts on. I mean, that's actually something that hasn't been done a lot in this community, strangely enough, is people commenting on their own matches and talking about it and stuff.
Definitely.
And, you know, maybe even later on today we'll be able to get a chance to do that. So
yeah, that's right. That's right.
All right.
So speaking of what we're going to do today, today we're going to be talking about a set that happened last month. Mm-hmm. It's still January, so last month in SoCal Regionals 2011. The Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Grand Finals.
That's right. And also, just apologies to everyone if the sync is a little bit off.
Right,
as well.
yeah.
We're still trying to figure that out. So, you know, I kept thinking to myself, like, we must look like a Godzilla movie or something right now. You know, oh my God, there he comes right now. Yeah. He is attacking our city.
I'm going to start milking that.
He is attacking our city. So, we apologize. We'll try to get that issue taken care of as quickly as possible. So,
yeah, I mean, this is definitely a work in progress. We'll get progressively fancier. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, a lot of people have told us, you know, we need titles and stuff like that.
Wait, hey, we're working on stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Believe me, we've been working on stuff. We're working on graphics and logos.
We don't even have a name for this Tuesday show
no,
yet, right?
This is the Tuesday show. Good job.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, if there's some ideas out there, you know, feel
sure,
free to tweet them to us. So,
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yep.
That'd be awesome. But so yeah, we're going to be looking at the grand finals, which was between mine and Mr. Justin Wong.
Yep. I mean, mainly the reason why I'm really, really interested in this particular matchup is because, let's face it, Justin makes Ironfist look way better than he is.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Ironfist is not a great character in Marvel. He's very limited mobility, and Justin is using him a lot, mainly just kind of out of character loyalty here. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I was really shocked. If you guys remember, we're watching. Oops. When we were watching, I kept commenting after Justin. I think he was up 2-1. Mine tied it up at 2-2.
Mine tied it at 2-2.
And I said, Justin's guaranteed switching characters now because he's not going to stick with him. And he stuck with him. Mm-hmm. And not only did he stick with him, but after he stuck with him, he then went 3-1 in the second set.
Yeah. He ended up winning the tournament with Ironfist, which was awesome. It was a big crowd pleaser, which was also part of why he did it.
Yep.
But so yeah, it'll be interesting to look at that and to break down Ironfist. I know when he won, I saw a lot of stuff on the forums about how people thought Ironfist was bad. Check this out, he just won a major tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's
he's
true.
Broken now.
Right,
he's too good.
I mean, that is definitely true. But the guy who was using him was Justin Wong, and he's not half bad.
Right. And we've actually talked to him a little bit, and look at that. He's actually on here right now.
Oh, he's in our stream?
Nice. So, all right. So, I guess we're going to take a quick break, and then once we come back, we'll start going in on the Iron Fist madness. So stay tuned, guys.
That's right.
It's all good.
All right. Are we back?
Yep.
Cool, we're back. All right. So as we were saying before the break, we're going to be talking about Justin Wong versus mine, specifically to see how his Iron Fist did this, how he managed to take the tournament.
Yeah, exactly. Because, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm completely baffled on how he did it because not only, if you look here, mine was, not only is he using Iron Fist, obviously, but mine is also, I just want to see, do they see the mouse pointer on the screen? I just want to make sure.
It should be on the screen.
All right. And if it's not, let me do something really quick. Oh, no, it's not there, but let me...
It's not there?
Yeah, let me just change it real quick so that it will be there.
Okay, yeah, it's not. All right, yeah, we'll get that up for you in just a second.
Okay, there you go. Now you see the mouse pointer.
Now it's on there? Now it's on there. All right, cool. Technology.
Yeah.
Oh, 2012.
Exactly. Oh, man. I almost feel like we need to do that whole focusattack.com thing again.
Oh, yeah, that was it. Yeah.
All right.
Hug it out after.
Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, not only is Justin using Ironfist here, who has very poor air mobility and just, bad approach in general, he's going up against mine, who's using Wesker, Magneto, and Taskmaster. These are three characters that I feel like are really hard to get in on. And then once they get in on you, it's really difficult to fight them. And Iron Fist, it's not like he's not sitting there with dragon punches all over the place that can get people off of him all day. So, it's really not an easy match here for Justin to win this.
And Justin right now is pretty much playing with a team so it's Iron Fist, Wolverine, and Akuma, but really it's Iron Fist Akuma and Wolverine Akuma.
Right. And one of the things that you'll notice early on is that it takes, I think, a couple of games for mine to kind of get used to it, which is why I think Justin jumps out to that lead really quick.
Right. So let's just let at least the first game run as we're talking about it, and then we'll go back and see what happens.
And one of the things I want to point out is that right from the get-go, I think what mine's biggest mistake was he put himself into the corner, and then right when he tried to get out is when Justin gets that air throw in on him.
Here, let's just let it play so people can see what ends up happening in this round. Justin obviously got in pretty fast. Mine was in the corner, I should say. He's got a chance to get out now, and he takes it.
He's going to do a little damage here, and then he's going to DHC just so he can try to get some life back for Wesker. And now, see, here's the interesting part to me is, I feel like Taskmaster is going to be particularly hard to get in on, but Justin is the master of the Akuma assist.
Yeah. Yeah, that's huge. I mean, it's not really fair to say that this is just Iron Fist winning here. This is definitely Iron Fist Akuma, and we'll talk about it, but Akuma actually does a lot of the work in this match.
Yep. See, there he goes right there. And the nice thing about the Akuma assist is that it hits 4 times, and it just keeps hitting, and it gives Iron Fist plenty of time to hit confirm. And there, Justin's super good at reacting to X Factors with his own X Factor.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if there's anybody who has good reactions like that, it's definitely Justin. So Iron Fist is down. All right, so let's go back to the start of it, because it's an interesting game overall, but we're here for a mission.
Whoops.
Oh, yeah, that's right. This is an extremely long video, so
yeah, exactly.
Any kind of scrolling is going to be forever.
All right, here we go.
And by the way, thanks a lot to Level Up for letting us show this.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
this
absolutely.
Really nice.
And Spooky yesterday for the match that you went over yesterday. So.
That's right. And we'll talk a little bit more about streams and tournaments later on. But for now, let's go back into this game.
Right.
So as we were saying, the way that it starts out is that Justin ends up with the corner almost immediately.
Right.
I guess we can pause it. Just pause
sure.
it here.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, at the very start. You see the way that mine starts out.
Which is really bad, actually.
Right. So he doesn't want to be next to Iron Fist, which is understandable.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see. Is there like a speedy way to go backwards here?
Yeah, just hold it.
Okay.
There you go.
So yeah, obviously in Marvel you get to move around before the game starts, and this is where mine chooses to end to start the round.
Right. And although he thinks to himself, I want to get away from Iron Fist, so he holds back at the start of the round. He can hold forward at the start of the round, and yeah, sure enough, he's not going to get away from Iron Fist, but also he prevents this situation here, where Justin starts immediately with Wesker right back into the corner, and, if I go ahead and play this for a little bit, you notice that Justin just gets one little block string into Akuma right away,
yep.
And boom, now mine is completely in the corner.
Yeah, and not only is he in the corner, but he's got to deal with the great thing about the Akuma assist in the corner right here is that it sets up mix-ups for Iron Fist. Mm-hmm. And obviously Iron Fist's goal is to get in your face and go for this kind of high-low mix-up.
Right. Now, he gets away from that sequence here, but he's trying to get out of the corner now. You see him get stopped one time.
That's what that jump is about.
Yep.
He's trying to jump, and he's trying to get over. He's trying to jump again, and this time sort of fake, right? Like oh, yeah, I'm going to teleport to the other side, and hoping that Justin takes the bait and moves across the screen. And that would build, entire full screen distance for Wesker, but Justin doesn't take that bait.
Right, but it didn't work that time, and this time he actually does try to teleport. And you see that? I mean, I'm just going to go back here a little bit. Justin, you see where that P2 symbol is right there? Right. Justin is all the way in the corner right now, but he read that teleport immediately. So you're going to see him. He's already wave dashing across the screen.
There he is already. He's there to meet Wesker. So this teleport didn't work out at all because Justin either saw or expected it coming, or was quick enough on the draw to react to it. He wave dashes over and gets the air throw. Now, there's not a ton that Ironfist can do out of that air throw right there.
Depends a lot of times on the character. The wider characters, he can actually OTG with the crescent kick.
And also how close to the ground.
Yeah.
So.
And unfortunately, Wesker is not one of those characters that he can easily get. I think he even tries later on in this match, and it just misses completely. Yep. And so now he's got him in the corner here.
And by the way, just to talk about that throw, you notice the direction that Justin picked.
To
get the throw. It's into the corner. So, yesterday we talked a little bit about how important the corner can be in a Street Fighter match. Well, it's kind of the same thing it's definitely the same thing in Marvel. In Marvel, the corner gives you these mix-ups. It makes it so that the next character coming in has to deal with mix-ups that are even stronger.
Right.
And so it's just a very, very deadly place to be.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually a very tricky thing, because a lot of times when you first start playing these games, you just think, oh, throw. I'm just going to throw, and whichever direction it happens to be convenient to throw. But, at the highest levels, you are very consciously deciding whether you want to throw left or right, and that's definitely something you have to keep in mind.
Right.
So there it is. Okay. There's the mix-up right there.
Well,
so.
can we go back and see when Justin called Akuma right here? Let's go back a little bit.
Sure. So one of the things that Justin has been telling me a lot about this game is basically being able to... Justin's Akuma assist calling timing is immaculate.
Yep.
I mean, it just feels like he has this magical timing where Akuma is that much more scary. But the one thing that Justin actually has told me repeatedly is that the times that he calls assists are during push blocks. Right there. As soon as he activated push block, here comes Akuma.
Already on screen. Yep, you can already see him flipping in.
So now Justin, you see he ends his string here, and he's getting pushed back, and he did get pushed back a little bit. Mm-hmm. And he even has time to charge up. He's like activating the, which one is that one? The blue one. So I think he's upping his defense here. And or the blue one is defense, I'm pretty sure. The green one is meter. One way or the other. And so you see Akuma's locking down. Obviously, mine can't push block Akuma away. So here comes Ironfist coming in there. And immediately Justin, so early on in the game, overhead is your best option. You want to test your opponent, see if he's aware of the fact that Ironfist even has this mix-up. And you'll see where this is going to pay off later on in the match.
Definitely.
He decides to go with the overhead, and boom, mine gets hit.
Right.
So mine's now thinking to himself, oh, yeah, Ironfist has that really annoying overhead.
Yeah, and actually that might be an issue here. This might in part be an issue of a player who doesn't have tremendous experience against top-level Ironfist, because there just aren't that many.
Right, exactly. And so now Justin gets his nice damaging combo. Unfortunately, Wesker with 1,000,000 hit points, so he's not going to be able to finish him off here. He just didn't get enough meter. You see that he's just right out of meter right there.
Yo, is that... Hey, Justin. Blue is meter game? Blue is defense?
Yeah,
okay, cool.
So, and it's really interesting here because he starts to try to chase him down, and the first thing he does is call the Akuma assist after he jumps in. So he's basically trying to use Akuma to cover a space for him so that he can keep attacking. And right here comes in... Oh, wow, look at that. Akuma just got shot.
Right, bam. But Justin, so let's go back a little bit and just look at the way that Justin is trying to approach across the screen. Mm-hmm. So go back to where he was in the corner, if possible.
Sure. So at the end of this combo, he's got him in the air about right here.
Right. So this is pretty much where it ends. Wesker's falling back. Now let's play a little bit just so you can see what happens.
Right.
Watch how Justin approaches. It's this very cautious, not committing overly, other than just calling the Akuma assist. He's just normal jumping. Right. I mean that's pretty much it. He's using Akuma really to do the work here.
Right. A lot of the times, I mean, when you play Street Fighter, and let's say you're a Guile user, a lot of times you think about Sonic Boom and then following the Sonic Boom. That's actually one of the key things about playing Marvel is trying to think of your assists like you're throwing a delayless fireball that you can just call out and follow up. But
yeah, I mean, I know that when I first started playing Marvel, I never played Marvel 2. Marvel 3 was my first Versus kind of game. I had a real problem knowing when to call assists and really like thinking about assists, because I was thinking about them as different characters.
Right.
As if I really had 3 characters on my team, and you do, but it's better to think about it as if you have a character, which is Ironfist right now, and then you have these backups, as you were saying, kind of like a fireball, kind of just like a moving wall, or a stationary wall, or an anti-air wall, or whatever it is that you're going to be using your assist for. It's just something that can help you out.
Right. And in this situation here, while Justin is doing the right thing and getting in here, what I don't think he noticed here is when mine shot Akuma there and then teleported, he wasn't aware that he had to block the other direction, or it looked like he was trying to kick right here and maybe hit Taskmaster first. Unfortunately, he gets tagged, and that's what gives mine the opportunity to do a DHC combo here and get Wesker out to try to build up as much life as possible.
All right, so now it's going to be he's going to be playing against Taskmaster here.
Right, and see there again, he's using that Akuma assist to get in, just like a fireball. Think of it like a sonic boom. He's using it almost like as a short-range sonic boom that doesn't go all the way across the screen.
Right, and very similar entrance right there against Taskmaster as against Wesker. So now he has Taskmaster most of the way into the corner. There's not a ton that he can do up there in the air, pretty much HS.
Right, and he tags Wesker. Oh, he tags Magneto.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Oh, okay, right there. I want to talk about something very important here. One of Justin's favorite tricks here with Ironfist. So this kick right here is towards H. What this actually turns into is a free option select.
That's right. Option select's in Marvel.
Yep, an automatic option select. So what he's actually doing here is hitting towards H. And if he's close enough and Magneto is not in block stun, what will actually happen is he'll throw him. And if he doesn't throw him, he actually gets this kick to come out. Now, some of you are probably asking why he didn't throw him, because it looks like Magneto's out of block stun right about there when Justin hits H, about right here. There is a weird rule in this game that after you block, or after you come out of block stun or hit stun, you can't be thrown for like 4 frames. So he hit it maybe, 2 or 3 frames too early, and he gets this. But the nice thing is, as soon as Justin sees this is a jump cancelable move.
Right, so every time he's pressing this toward H, when he's in this situation, he's then jumping. Yeah. So if he gets the throw, that jump is not going to come out because he gets the throw animation, then obviously OTG and the business. But if he just gets the block, he'll get the jump cancel, and that allows him to keep pressure on.
Right, and you can see that jump kind of negates the push block a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
And he gets to stay in here.
Right, so he's much closer now after that jump cancel than he otherwise would have been. I mean, here he is again, already back in Magneto's face.
And there's that push block right there. And Justin, unfortunately, already called Akuma. But, okay, here's another thing that Justin does right here. This is a top player tendency. This is not just Justin. This is from Marvel 2 experience. And this is something that a lot of Street Fighter players who are trying to pick this game up have not been able to figure out. But notice that when Justin lands the jump attack and gets push block, he lands into an immediate dash.
Right.
This is a push block anticipation. I guarantee you 95% of the Street Fighter players out there who are trying to play Marvel will do jump attack, get push block, and whiff some ground attack. They just try to do their jump in chain, and then they get push blocked, they whiff some buttons, and then they get beat up. But Justin here, he's already dashing in. So he is negating the push block. And you see at the end of the push block, he's right there. He's already immediately there. And this is a skill that's very hard to learn in this game, when to actually do this. And now he finally gets Akuma back. And here he comes again to cover this other push block.
So he's covering the push block. That's going to allow Justin to get in. I think he goes for overhead again. Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
and as you're saying, he's testing mine. This is the first game in the set.
Right.
He's testing mine to see whether he's looking for overheads. And like you were saying, that pays off for him later on. So now he's got a nice little combo here on Magneto. I think he's going to get meter in time. Oh, just barely.
Oh, no, he flips out there.
That's right.
And then just like he did against Wesker, as soon as the combo ended, you notice that the first thing Justin does is he calls Akuma assist here.
Right.
So it's like as soon as he gets to the position where the opponent is free, he immediately calls Akuma just to get in there. And this is something that Justin has told me about also a lot, is that whenever he goes up for air throws, he always goes up for an air throw and calls an assist at the same time, just in case this happens.
You got to cover yourself. Exactly right.
And that's another habit that a lot of Street Fighter players don't do. They just go up for the air throw because they want to go for the air throw. One of the biggest problems about Street Fighter players is that they play very, what's the word that I'm looking for? They want to counter everything, and it's a bad way to approach Marvel. It's really a bad way to approach Marvel. So in this situation, you know, you think to yourself, oh, I'm going to counter him by air throwing him. But we're not already thinking about what happens if we don't air throw him.
Right.
And that's the situation here that Justin's got.
Right. So I just want to rewind a little bit and let us see that whole kind of corner pressure without the slowdown.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So you can see it, you know, how fast this really is in terms of the anticipation and, you know, the execution of exactly what he wants to do.
Right.
So he has this whole sequence. He was in there for several seconds, which is a pretty good amount of time if you're playing Marvel. So, all right, so
Snaps
he's going to bring in Magneto. He's got this. You see how fast that was right there? And immediately he's right back in.
Yeah. So in that 1 or 2 seconds, mine had to block that whole time, and then all of a sudden got hit by an overhead.
Yeah. So if you're mine on defense right there, you know, you have very little time to react. He's trying to push block. He's trying to pick, you know, push blocks that he thinks are going to be advantageous to him, right, that will push Justin's Iron Fist away to a range where, you know, Magneto can finally start doing something because he just hasn't had a chance to yet.
Right.
But, you know, Justin has these excellent timings with Akuma and with dashes.
Right. You can see how important it is that he continues to try to apply this pressure. And, you know, we talked about it yesterday about distancing from your opponent. And Justin knows that the importance in this match is to stay right next to him as close as possible. So this is exactly what he's doing right now. And every time he's scared of getting pushed away, that's when Akuma comes out. So you can see right here, he takes that hit in the air, and Akuma comes down and hits. And I can't believe he can hit confirm off of that. Yeah. That's almost upsetting. That's upsetting that he can hit confirm off of that.
Well, he's got a character that, as far as having ground hit confirms like that, it's pretty decent. Because if you watch how fast this B comes out, here, watch.
Right.
He just dashes up and gets B. So that move has huge range. He's reacting, and that's really, really impressive. But he's got a good character to do that with.
Right. So yeah, after that Akuma assist hits, you see that he went for an air throw, and off of a failed air throw, he gets this combo. That's how important it is that he has multiple options in his mind, and he's able to get rid of Magneto there.
So now Wesker's gonna have to come back in. He's gotten a little bit of red life back, as you can see. It's up here.
Right.
And this is one of the great things about getting your opponent into the corner, is that now he's in this perfect situation to set up whatever he wants, with assists, with pressure from Iron Fist. Let's see what he gets right here.
Yeah, so right away he calls that Akuma assist in there to keep that pressure going, and mine basically tries to. He's tired of Iron Fist. He's sick of him. You can tell because that's kind of a nervous reaction there. I really don't like that X Factor at all, and so he activates X Factor right there, and then boom, Justin with the counter X Factor just so he can get away. And smart from mine there that when he saw the counter X Factor, he didn't do anything, and Justin said, "You know what? I'm just going to get out of this situation."
All right, so let's play it a little bit here. We're not going to have to deal with... Oh, that's definitely a little input in errors. Unfortunately, Justin doesn't get that combo. And then going to get air thrown, and then he's dead.
Yeah.
So, okay. So let's talk about how mine played against Justin's Iron Fist. It almost feels to me like at the very, very start of this round, if we can just go back to the very start of this round.
Sure thing.
Okay.
Yep, there we go.
So at the very start, mine, as we were talking about, moves himself into the corner. And it really never feels like he leaves the corner.
The whole fight, yeah.
Right.
So he's in the corner right now.
Right. And then, if you recall, there are going to be mix-ups. It's going to be combo time. And then he tries to get out, air thrown back into the corner. So he has one opportunity to get out. Doesn't really work because Justin saw it in time. And after this combo, he's just going to get chased down again to the other side.
Right.
And you can see what he does here. He backdashes to try to set something up. He's got a combo finally, and then Justin manages to find another way. So there are basically 3 times so far where Justin manages to get his opponent back into the corner.
Right there, and it's always off of that Akuma assist. And now here we go, mine in the corner again. So stuck in the corner, snapped out. Now he's got this pressure mix-up that he's got to deal with. Goes for the throw, gets teched, and then just keeps this pressure going once again. Catches him with a combo.
Right, and then at the end of this, he's going to call Akuma again. Yes, there it is. And he's going to hit confirm that, so Magneto is dead.
And even if Magneto didn't die, guess where he is?
Right.
He's in the corner.
Exactly.
And so now Wesker's in the corner, and you see Justin jump backwards so that he doesn't let Wesker get out of the corner either. But then Mine here gets a nice air throw, and Iron Fist is down.
So Mine never really put up a significant enough defense to stay out of the corner.
Right, and a lot of that probably just comes from inexperience fighting against Iron Fist. It's really, really hard to get that experience because not a lot of people, most of the people who are playing Iron Fist that you're going to play against are not going to play Iron Fist like this.
Yeah.
Especially backed up by an Akuma assist, which is very, very difficult to deal with.
That's right. So let's take a little bit of a break right now, and we'll be back here in just a little bit to talk about this more.
All right, welcome back, everybody. So we're going to jump to the next round here, the next game, I should say, because like I said, I'm mostly focusing here on Iron Fist. I really am curious on seeing how Justin continues to play Iron Fist. One of the things that Justin told me about the way that he's actually...
I think that's the next game already.
Is this next game?
Oh, no? Oh, maybe not.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It is, right?
Because Magneto's there and Iron Fist is already dead.
Yeah.
Okay. Iron Fist is already dead. Oh, okay. I see. This thing doesn't always move when I move it. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the end of Taskmaster.
He's just going to get chipped out, I think.
Yeah.
Boom. Yep.
There it goes. So that's the end of the first game right there.
So I guess in the second game, we'll see whether Mine has thought about... You can see when he's talking to his friend X-Ray there about, like, man, I'm not really sure what to do. Actually, you know what? This is not the first set that these guys have played. We should have mentioned that earlier. They actually played in winners finals.
Right, and Mine actually knocked Justin into losers bracket.
That's right.
And actually, just while I have the opportunity, one of the things that I like so much about the fighting game community is the players. And I told this story a little bit on the stream, but I do want to just tell the story again. That if you remember, Mine won the Goodbye Phoenix, Hello Phoenix NorCal event. Northern California event. He actually won that tournament, and I think the prize was $1,000 for first place. And Mine was so happy when he won that, specifically so he could fund himself, X-Ray, and his friend. Oh, I forgot his friend's name. It was Snake something Snake. I apologize, but just to fund his group to come down here to Southern California Regionals to play. And I think that's really cool. I think that's really cool of him to, he literally said that was his whole goal for trying to win that tournament was so they can come down here. And sure enough, look at that. He gets second place here, which is really, really cool.
Definitely. So they're talking about something, getting a little coaching going on. Considering, and okay, so let's see. It's a very, very similar opening.
Yep.
It's almost identical, actually. So Justin is of course, he sees Wesker moving backwards. Let's go back to the starts.
Yep. So look how far they've already moved to the left.
Justin is just holding toward. Actually, even before our feed gets there, we're already here, right? So Justin is of course trying to get into that corner, like we were saying, and Mine is giving it to him. Yep. Even at the start. And
this actually kind of tells you how good Iron Fist's standing M is compared to... Because Wesker's low M is like one of the best moves in the game. But Iron Fist's standing M is probably better. It's probably one of the only moves that I feel like that can just straight up beat it. All right, Justin is giving me a thumb. He doesn't think so. He thinks Wesker's low M is still better. But Iron Fist standing M is an amazing move, and I think that's the main reason why right now Mine is moving backwards. He's really trying to respect Iron Fist's pokes here.
So, okay, it's a little bit of a different opening for Justin than last time. Last time he just started out with the crouching L and into Akuma. This time he goes for the jump air throw attempt or jump H.
Right.
But it's still Akuma.
Yes, exactly. Akuma's still coming there, and Mine goes up for the air throw. He basically tries to counter Justin's throw, but then they tech each other, and look at that, falling right on Akuma.
Right, and right onto this, too. Right onto that M.
Yep, so like we said earlier, one of the main keys, go up for air throw, call an assist. Oh. And interestingly enough, Justin doesn't go finish the combo, and I'm pretty sure I know why. Justin wants to be able to get enough meter to kill him. And so he'd rather keep this corner position here, because if he does the combo, he's going to bounce over his head and out of the corner. And so he kind of loses that position. So he's rather abort the combo early to get a mix-up to see if he can build enough meter to kill him.
Right, and in any case, he still has Wesker in the corner here, which is where he still wants to be. Going to get pushed out. Okay, so finally we have a teleport out. Let's see. Let's run a little bit here. Actually, let's just see this game.
Yeah, so mine gets out. But mine, he just keeps going backwards. He's giving that corner to Justin.
Yeah, so there's the time when the air throw works out. Oh, goes up for the reset again.
Yeah, now he's doing a better job zoning, but there's that Akuma assist again. Always that Akuma assist.
Yeah, I mean, you can see what he's doing. Mine right now, his idea is to stay away from... Let's talk about this, I guess.
Yeah.
His idea is to stay away from Ironfist, obviously, but he can't just put himself into the corner. So what he's doing instead is kind of using teleports and assists to set up... movement around Ironfist.
Right.
To be on one side of the screen or the other, but not to be in the corner. To always be outside of that dash to stand M kind of range.
Right. And you even see that, mine here is doing his best to continue running away. He's running away and running away, but then all of a sudden you see him try to sneak in that attack right there. And Justin's aware of it, so he blocks it in time.
Well, Justin has been very cautious on the approach in both of these games so far. He's been doing a lot of his approaching with Akuma and with just regular jumping and blocking.
So you notice that the time that Justin is cautious is when he has no Akuma assist to back him up. So it's a very conscious thing to use the assist and knowing when the assist is there to help him. So, he blocks there because he knows that he doesn't have the Akuma to back him up, and now he goes in.
Still has the corner. Oh, this time. Okay, yeah. So let's go back here.
Yeah.
Then. And as we were saying, Justin having gone overhead twice in the first game ends up paying off. So he's got the corner pressure. Let's go back here. La 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 la. All right.
So he comes up. Wow. Did he stand or not?
Oh, actually, I don't really know. That's actually a good question.
That might have been a fuzzy. That might have been a fuzzy, actually. Because the thing about it is, if you look at this really carefully, Akuma, he's still blocking Akuma here. Look, he's still in block stun right there. So the one interesting thing about Marvel and in Street Fighter, that transition period where you switch between standing and crouching and standing, if you get hit during that, you count as the other state, but your reaction remains in the original state, which is really kind of irritating.
Yeah.
So he is in block stun right here, and Justin hits him low. He did stand up for probably that one frame. It's probably that exact frame he stood up.
Yep.
And unfortunately, he gets hit, but the reaction plays as a crouch, even though he got hit standing.
Yep.
But that's the same situation. What we were talking about that earlier, Justin going for those overheads. Mine was kind of anticipating that. And Justin just wants to finish him off, do it easy, doesn't want to accidentally drop a combo, so he just combos right into super.
Right, and at this point, he has
easy.
plenty of meter. Oh, it doesn't even matter. That's right. Wesker had very, very low life. So here we are in the corner. Oh, that's right. Yeah, so he wants... Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about this setup that he goes for.
Yeah.
So obviously he brings in Wolverine. And even though we're talking mostly about Ironfist here, okay, yeah, so he's coming out.
Yeah, this is a nasty mix-up that he has.
This is a nasty mix-up, and it leads into a ton of damage. So you see what he's going for? Well, it's really, I think he ends up on the front.
Oh,
actually.
he does end up on the
front. He does end up on the front, but the mix-up here is front or back with the Berserker Slash.
Right. And not only with the Berserker Slash, but the nice thing about this Iron Fist assist, as you'll see here, is when it hits, it actually gives him the wall bounce, which gives Wolverine plenty of time to recover and continue the combo afterwards.
Right.
And the interesting thing about this is mine probably did think that this was going to go behind. So he probably just blocked the wrong way. Yeah. But I want to show you one of the things that Justin did right before mine came in. Do you see him backdash right there?
Mm-hmm. Right.
That backdash there is kind of... I'm sure Justin was trying to go to the other side. I'm pretty sure he was trying to go to the other side.
I don't know. I mean, he might have just been backdashing to a place where it would have been really ambiguous. So if he does...
It's true, too.
If he does the for the version of the slash that will go behind, that'll work from this range.
Right.
But so will the one that goes in the front. So he's at this particular spot where it's just kind of a 50-50.
Right. So maybe Justin,
which slash he comes
not even he was sure which side he was going to end up on. But, the nice thing about the backdash is if he was intending to go behind, the backdash also gives mine a false sense of security, like, oh, okay, he's over there, so I don't have to block the other way.
Right.
And then here comes this situation, and mine being a smart player probably was like, oh, I know what Justin's doing.
Yeah.
He's trying to get behind me. Justin fails to get behind him and gets comboed anyway.
So let this run a little bit. This nice combo that he's got going on. This thing goes, oh, that's right. He just goes for the snap because he's worried about Magneto.
Yeah, he's been snapping in Magneto this whole time. He really does not want to deal with level 3 X Factor Magneto.
That's right. So I think most of the rest of this is the Wolverine show.
Right.
If I recall correctly. Which is cool, but not really talking about that. Yeah, okay, so he went for kind of a similar thing right there, but unfortunately Wolfie got hit.
Right.
So it didn't work out too well. But whatever, it ends up okay. So in the first 2 games, you can see that Iron Fist is doing a ton of work.
Right.
But it's not. I don't think it's fair to say that this is Iron Fist winning a major necessarily because it's Iron Fist Akuma.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
In Marvel, you can't just be talking about one character for a lot of teams anyway.
And that's actually one of the things that Justin's actually told me a lot of the times. He says there's a lot of characters out there that are good characters, but they are team characters. Like, for example, he says this about Doctor Strange a lot. He says Doctor Strange is one of those characters that needs a team. Rocket Raccoon is kind of a character that needs a team. And, he has said this about Iron Fist as well, that Iron Fist is not a solo character. You cannot be using Iron Fist on his own and hoping to do as well, in tournaments. He has to be built around a team. So, that's just going to be the way it works, and Akuma Assist just happens to be very, very good for him. The one bad thing about Akuma Assist is that it does pop the opponent in the air, and Iron Fist has trouble with combos and that, so he gets less hits out of that situation. So a Frank West shopping cart might even be better than that, but because of Justin's familiarity with Akuma, he goes with Akuma here. Right,
so, I mean, that's our look at how Justin played Iron Fist against mine in the grand finals right there.
Right.
It's a really interesting take on Iron Fist, not one that most combinations with Iron Fist can really do, and definitely with the timing and precision and mix-ups that Justin has going on, pretty unusual output for Iron Fist.
Yeah, I actually was hoping that we could have gone into some matches that Justin lost, but I think we're just not going to have
enough time, unfortunately.
So, but we're going to take a quick break, so stick around. We'll be right back. Yeah, I was for all the people that are on the stream still. I really wanted to go into the next game where too. Justin actually loses because I wanted to show how mine was starting to adjust against Iron Fist, and it was really kind of cool because mine started adjusting, and I still always have to give Justin a lot of credit for the resilience that he had. Welcome back, everybody. I was actually just talking about how Justin. It was crazy to me that Justin stuck with Iron Fist even after losing the winner's final set, and then getting the 2-2, and then he decided to stick with Iron Fist was pretty crazy. Pretty crazy stuff. So
yeah, it was really, really cool to see.
Yep,
for sure.
But like I said, I would have loved to have gone into one of the matches where he actually loses, where Iron Fist actually dies pretty fast. But unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get to that. So we are just going to maybe we can get to it at some other point in time. But we'll see.
That'd be really nice.
Yep.
Okay, so what's up? Welcome back to Our Faces.
Yep.
So I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about. And we're not going to have that much time for this, but I wanted to talk a little bit about how the scene has changed over just the last couple of years. It's been a really crazy and awesome time,
right,
to be in the fighting game scene. There's been more change over just the last 3 years than there was in the previous 15.
Yeah,
it's been hugely different. So.
Yeah, it's getting crazy, and seriously, we could talk about this probably for like
Yeah,
19 shows in a row.
We're not going to have enough time to really do this justice.
Exactly. So, you know, one of the things obviously that's been changing is streaming, is media, is about how much content there is out there. And, you know, I mean, obviously it's nice that, you know, we're sitting here doing these shows like this, but there's a lot of people out there doing a lot of good stuff out there. And, you know, we definitely recommend, you know, trying to check out as many streams as possible. I mean, we've got all sorts of different content going on, whether it's, you know, coming up in 10 minutes, you know, is, you know, the talk shows of Mike Ross and Gutex.
Yeah, that's right. Cross Counter Live. On thestream.tv.
Yep. So definitely 10 minutes from now, check that out. So they've got some cool stuff going on there. And another group of people are going to be making an announcement on that show. So that'll
definitely
be cool.
Check that one out. And you know, in terms of streaming, really, I think the first one that I remember was I Play Winner.
Yeah.
In 2008, like late 08, I want to say, or like early 09. It was something like that. And they really kind of like blazed the trail for fighting game streaming. There had been media before then. If you recall, there were, you know, videos put out, for years, and before the internet even traded physically, trading VHS and stuff.
I still have some of those VHS tapes in my closet.
I have
with the
CDs,
fuzzy bars
DVDs
on the top because it was like 5th generation copy. You know, I have like some Famitsu Super Turbo TZW videos. I have all sorts of stuff like that. It would be really fun to show that one of these days.
Old stuff like that. That'd be awesome.
For fun. Just
That'd be
for
awesome.
fun. Yeah.
So we had that, and if you saw Cross Counter last week when Rockefeller was on there, we as in the fighting game community had been kind of stepping up the media stuff, and with commentary and with kind of a regular video series put out on YouTube with the Family Fun Arcade stuff.
Right. And last week too on the show, I kind of mentioned that there was that Evo West tournament 2006 that I thought was the funniest thing ever. And I failed to mention that it exists on YouTube right now, so if you want to check it out.
Whose channel is that on?
The thing about it is it's on my channel on YouTube.
Cool, man.
So it's youtube.com/jchensor. I didn't say that was the funniest tournament specifically to plug my own YouTube channel, but that's the way it's turning out. So sorry, but you can check them out there. Look up the Evo 2K6 West videos. I mean, seriously, 7 of the players there were like his good friends, and so he's just ribbing him the whole time. And also one of the videos, you get to see me in my early days magically disappear into the screen.
What? I don't remember that.
Seriously.
Okay, I'll have to check that out again because I don't remember that. But yeah, so we had been doing media, but it was I Play Winner that really started out streaming. And then soon thereafter, Level Up and Team Spooky and
actually, I also started with let's definitely give props to Seb.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For FADC, right? He actually started most of the streaming on the East Coast.
Yeah. He
was one of the first streamers out there, and that's basically when Spooky kind of came in and took over the reins. Right. So Seb was probably he was the East Coast trailblazer. Yeah, like I Play Winner was the West Coast trailblazer.
Right.
So yeah.
So streaming for us started out like pretty ghetto, man. I remember the first time I got put on a stream was at Active Gamers tournament in like October of 2009, I think. And it was just because I used to make my own joysticks, right? Before the TE stick, I was a builder. And I purposely made the grossest stick possible. It's like this big old hunk of wood.
I remember that.
And I sawed it and I put random nails in it and I buffered it in stupid ways, and it was gross. But it was cool looking, and so whoever was streaming, I actually don't recall.
It was, I remember, wasn't Swoozy there, or
I have no clue at this point who that was. But they saw that I had this stick, and they asked me to come over and show it, and then there was a match. And they were like, "Do you want to talk about it?" And I was like, "Sure," and I could do it. So they were like, "Why don't you come back for finals?"
Yeah, the first time I was streaming was from Shiggle's BMX's garage when AJ, now of Level Up, was just like, "I want to learn how to stream." So he just literally started streaming from the garage. I remember we were sitting outside in like 50-degree weather.
That was awesome. Yeah, I really enjoyed doing that. But it's really cool to see, how things have gotten so much fancier. for everybody. And Level Up is just kind of an example, but the same thing has happened for a lot of streaming organizations like iPlayWinner and Spooky, where it started out in super, low budget situation of being in this guy's garage, literally in a garage.
And that's what we're doing here. We're bringing it back to the low budget.
Pretty much, yeah. Not just hanging out in James's house. But yeah, it's really gotten a lot fancier in just a 2.5 years, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, we have a lot of players streaming themselves, obviously.
Yeah.
Flo doing the torture himself streams of the I want to be the guy, and now I want to be the
I don't know how that guy... I don't know how that guy does it.
If you're not watching it, you need to watch it. I would have
given up a year ago.
It's seriously one of the most entertaining things out there. It's so good. It's so good. You can see that on, twitch.tv/EG_FLOE.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yep.
So in terms of streaming and things coming up, tomorrow, we're not done. Tomorrow, Level Up, and by the way, again, thanks to Level Up for allowing us to use that footage from SoCal Regionals.
Right.
That's actually up on their YouTube site, youtube.com/levelupseries. You can go there and check it out if you want to see the whole set without us chopping it to pieces.
Right.
Check it out.
It's entertaining. It's
definitely
really
a good
fun
set.
to watch.
It's definitely a good set. So we're going to be doing Wednesday night fights tomorrow.
Yep. So live from Super Arcade. Shout outs to Papa Watts, Mr. Mike Watson, for letting us back another season. It's going to be there's so many new games coming out, so it's good. It's going to be
really interesting. But also tomorrow, before that, I should say, is Team Spooky, who's going to be doing Big 2.
Yes.
And thanks again to Spooky as well, who let me use footage from Big 2 yesterday when I was talking about Arturo versus Dominion.
Yep. So, pretty much you've got all day. The nice thing about it is Big 2's tournament runs pretty much right into the beginning of Wednesday night fights, and then Wednesday fights kicks in. So it's top action, West, East Coast, all Wednesday, it's so much fun to watch these matches.
Totally,
so you get to see a lot of I wonder if we get to see some more Chris G and Dominion Morrigan action going on.
I hope so, man. That's the most interesting thing to me right now about Marvel is Morrigan. I love her. She's so fun.
If you guys missed it, this last weekend was the Curly Mustache Tournament number 2, which is thrown by Yipes, Mr. Michael Mendoza himself, so IFC Yipes. And he's continuing to throw these tournaments, which is really cool. And so, I'm pretty sure those matches will go on the archive at some point in time on Team Spooky's channel. And
I think they're up.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, check those out and watch that Chris G. Morgan. versus Marlon Pie. You can. The frustration.
That actually would have been a really good set for us to break down, too. We might want to do that in the future.
The frustration was just oozing off the screen. You could see it. It was so good. It was so good.
Yeah, definitely very, very cool. And then there's going to be stuff coming up in terms of majors this month. Well, sort of this month. Actually, depending on where you are in the world, it's already this month. February is going to be 2, I think, major tournaments, if I recall correctly. Winter Brawl and Oz Hadu in Sydney, in Australia.
Both Road to Evo events.
Yeah.
Yep. And obviously on Thursday nights, there's also going to be Thursday night throwdowns from Northern California.
Yep.
Basically, the Wednesday night fights, in Northern California.
That's right.
That one is streamed by iPlayWinner, if I'm not mistaken, or is it streamed by...
I want to say that's true, but I'm not 100%. I think it's on SRK Live.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It is SRK Live. It is SRK Live, so... and then also, do we know if Ryan Hunter is still doing Mix-Up Mondays?
I haven't gotten a chance to see it recently just because we've been really busy, but that's definitely something that I've seen before and really, really liked and wanted to give a shout out.
Yeah.
For sure. That's twitch.tv/option select.
Yeah. If match analysis is something that you enjoy, Ryan Hunter is
super good at
he's so good at that. Yeah. I saw him break down the Devastation match between Latif and Justin, and it was fantastic to watch.
Yeah, he does a really, really good job. So definitely go check that out. I think that's gonna about do our time for tonight. Stay tuned for not on this channel, but if you want to keep up with your fighting game media for tonight. There will be Cross Counter Live coming up at 9:00 p.m. at thestream.tv.
Yeah, and they're going to be talking about a lot of different topics. I think they're going to be talking about the LG Cup and the current situation that's going on with that, because there's definitely some wrinkles going on there. Yeah. So check that out. And like I said, there's going to be some guests. Speaking of more, content out there, there will be. So
there'll be some cool stuff.
Yep.
So thanks a lot for tuning in to our unnamed Tuesday night show. That I don't know what we're calling this thing. Please please follow us. Please subscribe here if you're not already. Also, check out our YouTube channel. I've already put up the 2 shows from last night, and I'll put this one up tomorrow. That's youtube.com/UltraChenTV, twitter.com/UltraChenTV, Facebook.com/UltraChenTV.
And also, don't forget, tweet to @UltraChenTV with the hashtag of Ask jchensor for questions that you would like to have answered on First Attack, or put down hashtag match analysis. Link us to a YouTube video of you guys playing out there if you would like us to watch your videos and actually analyze them and critique them and tell you how badly you're playing.
That's what I would do.
So, yeah.
Definitely. All right, folks. Well, thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll see you next Monday night at 8 p.m.
All right. Peace, everybody.